Welcome into this week's video, everybody. We are back in Deutschland, back in Germany for one of the last videos of the European adventure. But today we are in Köln, or Cologne, and the biggest feature of Cologne is the Kolner Dom. It's 515 feet tall. It's the largest two-spired cathedral in, I think it said the world. Pretty cool. It's super tall. I got here and I was like, okay, another church on the docket. We'll get there. And I came out of the train station and I was like, whoa, that's huge. It is the seat of the Archbishop of Cologne, so it's got some significance. It was made a World Heritage Site in 1996, and it is also the most visited attraction in Germany. According to Wikipedia, it gets 20,000 visitors a day. It's the site to see in apparently all of Germany. Definitely wanted to show you guys this, and the rest of Cologne. The metro doesn't work quite as well with Google, but it's still a big city by German standards, so it's kind of fun to navigate around, and we'll see what we get up to today. And you can go inside the church as well. I'm here on Wednesday at around noon, and there's a little organ performance that was really beautiful, really cool to see. There was a bit of a prayer going on at one point, and there's people that are here in the congregation, but there's also people walking around just spectating everything, so you can do both or either or whatever. It doesn't seem to be disrespectful. They're welcoming everyone in, and it's just this massive ceiling, huge hallway. It's pretty cool. Even with how jaded I kind of am with all the churches I saw in France, this one is pretty cool. If you're here, we're checking out. Takes you 5 minutes. And again, if you want to hear the organ, I don't know what times they all run, but I was here on Wednesday and around noon, and it was really cool. But we're gonna see what else we can get up to in Cologne. Cologne also has a Lovelock Bridge. This is a pretty popular idea around Europe. I believe it started in Paris, the city of love, right? Anyways, the idea is basically a couple comes and they put a little lock on the bridge, and then they take the key and throw it into the river, so the lock is there forever, like their love is there forever. I believe is the idea behind it. You come, you see all these locks all around on the bridge. Sorry, there's a train. Paris actually took theirs down because the weight of all the locks was causing the bridge to fail. So they rebuilt it, and now there's plexiglass. You can't even put a lock on it. But this one is one of the biggest ones I've seen throughout Europe. So this might be the Lovelock Bridge. I might be mistaken. Maybe it originated here. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments down below. There's tons. It's crazy. It's kind of weird looking, you know, when you see it. Fun to do. You gotta walk across it anyways to get to all the other parts of the city. Alright, the next stop here is the Cologne Triangle. It's a 103-meter tall building here in the center of Cologne, and it has a viewpoint or observation deck on the top. It's got these glass panels all the way around, similar to the Burj Khalifa. If you've been up there, the observation deck's there. You can go walk right up to the edge and look down and see just like a flat drop-off. They also have little stencil outlines on the glass of popular viewpoints around the city, so you can look out and see special landmarks that are kind of fun. There is one side that is obviously more pretty. It has all the Cologne staples, Kolner Dom that we just saw, and Hauptbahnhof, and all the buildings over there. There's nice pretty views of the Rhine River that cuts through Cologne. It was pretty cheap to get in. It was $5 for adults or $4 for students, so super doable, super obtainable. About 30 floors up, there's an elevator that takes you the whole way, and it's a beautiful vista. You got 360 views. It's the tallest thing around, and it's cool. You can just kind of see forever. You see how flat everything is. A little breezy, so it's nice on a summer day like today. So come check it out, and we're gonna get moving on to see what else Cologne has to offer. And then just down from the triangle, there is Rhineprominade, which I was told is a fantastic place for sunset, but I'm here in the middle of a summer day and it is a bit scorching. So, but I mean, I can see why it would be absolutely beautiful at sunset. You got the Rhine River here, beautiful views, the Kolner Dom and everything over there. Fantastic little day spot. It's got a bunch of benches, whatnot for you to sit on. You can absolutely see this would be a fun spot to hang out at sunset when it's not quite as hot as it is right now. There's still a few people out enjoying a little, you know, get together, saying hey. Fortunately, sunset didn't really work with my timeline. This was kind of when I was down here, and then in this area, we've got some other stuff to move on to. Don't be an idiot like me. Plan better and enjoy your time here at the Rhine Promenade. And just across the river from the Rhineprominade, you have the Hauptmarkt and the Altermarkt, the old markets. And so a lot of this town was destroyed in World War II, obviously, right? It was right on the border, so it was just bombed and bombed and bombed continuously. And so there's a little bit left standing of this old German architecture. It's been around for ages, and so there's a little bit of an old town that's really kind of fun to walk through. It's full of restaurants and ice cream shops and a few little hotels and stuff. Kind of, again, a little touristy town, kind of like every other old town, but it's fun to walk through, and it's thin streets, and it's better than some of the other old towns for sure. And it's not quite as like grand as the Marienplatz down in Munich or something. It's kind of just a small little market area you wander through. Fun little stop to walk through, get some lunch there, get some ice cream or something. Quaint, cute little stop for sure. We're gonna get moving on. Alright guys, I wasn't going to come to this stop, but then I thought I'm probably only going to be here once in my life, so I might as well. I figured a lot of you would actually enjoy it. So we came to the Lindt Chocolate Museum. That's right, the Lindt. They have a museum here. It's pretty cool. Honestly, I thought it was a lot better than it was going to be. So it's about $10, $13 to enter, kind of depending. As soon as you walk in, they give you a little piece of chocolate. There's a little timeline about the guy who created Lindt itself, his life, and you go in and it talks about how cocoa was made, how it's produced, the conditions that are needed in the Caribbean. And they even have a little greenhouse showing you what it's supposed to be like in the environments that it looks like it grows in. And then they take you through the fair trade stuff and all that goes on with the transportation and production of chocolate, and how sustainability is a huge thing, and how the EU has laws and they need to go through all these laws just to produce chocolate here in Europe. And then they go through, and the museum has an exposition, I guess, basically is what it would be, on how chocolate is produced. So there's all these different stations that you go through, and shows you the different phases of how it's collected, how it's pulverized, and how it's made into a liquid, and how it's heated up. And it goes through the whole process and takes you to the little machine where it creates the chocolate and puts it in the little casts, and then it hits it out and cools it down. And there's even this little part where as soon as it comes off the line, you push a little button and it comes out and delivers you a fresh piece of chocolate right off the line. You can have it right there. Pretty fun. You do have to wait a little bit in the line, of course. And then after that, it goes through the wrapping process real quick. You see it drop into the box. It's kind of fun. And as soon as you finish that, there's a guy standing there with this huge chocolate fountain. He gives you a wafer that's just been dipped in this fresh stew of chocolate. You can just taste it, the sweetness, and it's so good. So that was a lot of fun. And then after that, it's still not done. You can go up there and explore. They have a small gift section kind of thing where you can go and create your own chocolate bar. Only like €6, and it takes 45 minutes. You can create your own chocolate bar. Pretty cool. So you Willy Wonkas out there, come take a crack at it, see if your tastes are good. You can buy these huge chocolate molds. They're like €600. Kind of fascinating stuff. And you go on through further, and they have a whole exposition about the cultural significance of chocolate. It talks about the Aztecs and how they did it back in the day, and how important it was to their culture, and how they used it, and then how eventually Europeans found it through, conquests, and how it became more bourgeois, and how it became more modern in the 1900s. So pretty fascinating. And then walking out, they give you another little piece of chocolate. So €13 is super worth it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. So if you come to Cologne, definitely throw that to the top of your list. But we got a couple little more things I want to check out before we call it a day here in Cologne. So we're gonna keep moving on. Alright, the next stop here is this echoey little cable car. It takes you up and over the Rhine River. It's called the Rhineseilbahn, and it takes you up over the Rhine River across the freeway. And there are these fun little four-person things where you can go solo. And it's part of the public transit system, I do believe. It's one little thing that my Airbnb host told me about. It is a little freaky. I always get a little nervous in cable cars, like the Zugspitze one was a little freaky especially. This one's even a little more, I don't know, it's fun. But we'll catch you down on the ground at the next stop. Alright, we're gonna end the day here in Ehrenfeld, kind of this hipster central place that's been described to me. There's a lot of street art and cafes and really good restaurants, so I've just kind of been exploring a little bit, finding different pieces of art, and you can just wander and explore this big long road, and it's this kind of entire area. There's this place called the Bürgerzentrum, or the Citizen Center basically, and it's this park area, and there's people hanging out, and a bunch of street art everywhere, and so it's kind of a fun little area to wander around, find some food that you want to get. I'm not getting anything super fancy, otherwise I would show you guys, so I'm probably gonna stop and go get some pizza or something. But yeah, this is probably one of the last European vlogs of the series. Stay tuned, we got some Colombia coming up next. Stick around, make sure you click subscribe, come hang out and see that stuff, wander around with me down in Südamerika. And because this whole idea to come to Cologne was kind of a last minute idea, kind of something I just threw on, the same thing with the chocolate museum, I decided to dedicate this video to people who taught me to kind of just go for things and, you know, roll with punches. And so the Miller family, this is to you guys, Shane and Nyla. Thank you guys for all the support throughout all the years. The graduation donations, for everything. It means a lot. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. This video is dedicated to you guys. For everyone else watching, if you're interested in any of the gear I'm using, my cameras, all that stuff, whatnot, I got Amazon links in the description below, so check those out now. And remember, your dreams are out there waiting for you to go and capture them. The world you want to live in is out there. You just have to go and make the steps towards it to create it. So get out there and go create the world.